All right, guys, welcome back to Relegation Battle. Obviously, got to go through Champions League, which I know Ty will be very happy about. Sorry, you can hear the train, by the way, it might be very loud. Also, obviously, got the England squad announcement as well we need to talk through. But let's start with the Champions League. Ty, you're lucky enough to see your club win it twice now. Unfortunately, I can't say the same. But how do you feel, and what do you think of the game?
Yeah, gassed. Obviously at the time, like before, obviously I was like really nervous and scared. Obviously we ended the season badly, but then I saw the lineups and I saw that City had no CDM, and then I saw that we had players like Jorginho and Mount who can obviously just pick a pass through a hole, and then. So yeah, after that, I was confident. I was saying to obviously the people I was watching the game with, there's no way we don't win this game with City not playing a CDM. And then yeah, it's crazy, man. Twice. I mean, I think this time was much better than 2012 because you could say 2012 we were pretty lucky. Obviously, dominated in nearly every game. Obviously, the final against Bayern Munich was proper shithousery, but I think this time we dominated pretty much every game we played, and yeah, it's crazy, man. Like if you said to me in like December, January time, through that rough patch that we were going to win the Champions League at the end of the season, I don't know what I would have done, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, well, it's fantastic to start for Tuchel's career at Chelsea. Do you think next season could take a step further and maybe win Europa League instead?
Yeah.
All right, but do you think you can win the title with you guys next season?
That's what I want. Like, I mean, he's even said that it doesn't stop now. Obviously, I want more. I want to win the league. It's been since 2017, so obviously it's there. It's there to be one of. We beat City 3 times this season. Obviously, you never know what's going to happen with Liverpool. So, and obviously, but then to do that, we need the striker like Timo Werner. Yeah, he could have had a hat trick in that final, really, if we're being honest. But so we still need that striker. But yeah, 100%. If he can win the Champions League, he can win the Premier League. But it's just whether we make the right signings.
Yeah, that's fair enough. But Jack, before we come to City, how good do you think N'Golo Kante was in that final?
He was all right. I'm joking. He was excellent. I mean, he was everywhere. I think he was brilliant, but it just shows what he's capable of. Everyone thought, I say everyone thought he was kind of, going downhill, and I think they were right to think so. To be honest, there was a stage under Sarri and Lampard. I think they were misusing him, playing him too far forward, and although he did well, he just wasn't the same. And he never got injured, but then he had quite a few injuries. I'm not Chelsea fan for the Chelsea, so I don't know exactly what they are, but I remember having a few injuries, and it's just like everyone had the right. Even I said, I was like, he's going downhill, and like no one could say, yeah, well, of course we were wrong, but at that time we couldn't believe anything else because he was playing poor for like 12, 16, 18 months. So, but since Tuchel's come in, he's actually said, Kante, you're going to actually play in your proper position, and yeah, that final was crazy. And even in both semi-finals, he was excellent, but especially in that final.
Yeah, well, we saw what a natural defensive midfielder can do. I think I saw the stat. It was 59 of the 60 games this season, Pep has started the Rodri or Fernandinho. Obviously, the one game just being the final of the Champions League. We know Pep can sometimes overthink it. It's kind of, we start to joke about it because he does it so much. But, what reason do you think that, caused Pep to line up the way he did, not playing a striker, not playing a holding midfielder, and then also not playing Cancelo?
I mean, I don't understand. Even though I would have played a striker, I can understand why he didn't, because for so long he hasn't played a striker. But they're not playing the CDM and bringing Sterling in. Sterling hasn't played for ages. He might have played here and there in like crappy games and coming off the bench, but in the Premier League when they was chasing the title, when they were doing well, Sterling was in it looking. It was De Bruyne as a false nine, Foden, Mahrez, Fernandinho or Rodri with Gundogan or De Bruyne come in and Jesus up front. So I was very surprised at no CDM. And I saw the lineup and I was just like, they're just going to struggle just because you just need somewhere. You just need someone to just sit, release the ball, and that's what they missed. And then Zinchenko, I thought, was the worst player on the pitch. You know, obviously, I get he's not his fault. He's slow and he didn't catch up Havertz, but he didn't even try and run. He just left him and just watched him run through. And I thought the Cancelo did, but then maybe thought Cancelo maybe goes too far forward and just wanted that kind of make sure you're in position, but clearly that didn't work out.
Hey, Pep bottled it, man. Like, obviously, I'm a Chelsea fan. I love Chelsea, but that was City's final to win. Like, obviously, they wanted that Champions League. You know, Pep was one of the reasons he was brought in because obviously he won the Champions League with Barca. But yeah, like to not play a CDM in that game when you know Chelsea like to obviously base their game around possession all that, and you're gonna need someone to try and break it up. I just thought it was really stupid just to not play a CDM, and he's been overthinking it again. So
yeah, I agree with you. And like, I understand the point. He's ready played a striker since like 10 of the year, especially with Gundogan scoring goals. He was for a couple of months, but I feel like if you want the best out of De Bruyne, you need someone to make that run for him so he can pick out the pass. You know, if he's playing the false nine, there's no one ahead of him, and you can saw that he's dribbling forward, but there's just no one there for him to pass to. So to turn back, or he just got tackled by Kante, and it was just so like it was quite poor to see from the City's perspective. But obviously, you know, the way obviously it's disappointing to see him get injured as well. Same with Thiago Silva, because you know Navani, one of the best players to stay on the pitch and do what they can. But you know, Chelsea, fair enough to them, got the job done, and they did it in quite impressive fashion as well. Well, we'll stay on a similar theme, but we'll go into the England squad. Reece James has stayed in the squad. All four right backs have. You know, do you think that was the right call from Southgate to keep all four of them?
It depends. I think if we're using one of them as a centre back, which we all think that's what's probably going to happen, then I think it does make sense. But then if he's playing four at the back, then it's stupid. But then again, I don't think he's going to play four at the back. But yeah, I think it's fine. I think you can argue a case for all of them. You know, being in, obviously Trippier won the league. Trent had a good end to the season. Obviously, Reece James and Walker both won trophies as well, so you can argue a case for them. But I just feel like we could have took maybe an extra attacker or a midfielder instead of four right backs. But you know, but then again, if he's using one of them as a centre back, then I guess it kind of makes sense. But I don't know. It all just seems like really defensive to me.
Yeah, I don't know if he's actually going to play like one of them in centre mid. You know, he said you know, if he's four good players rather than right backs, he said Reece James, I think Trent can both play centre mid. I don't think he'll do that. But at the same time, Jack, you know, I think he's only named like 5 midfielders in the squad. He's gone quite heavy on the wingers. You know, do you think there's a chance that Trent or maybe Reece James will play there?
No, I can't see it just because I know Trent played it. I'm not sure if Reece James did. I know Trent played it when he was younger in the academy, but they haven't had experience at it at real high level football. And then we're just going into a Euros. I don't think he should. I mean, I think they all deserve to go, but you've got to drop one. 4 right backs. Yeah. It's just too many. Like Ty said, we could have taken an extra attacker, and then like you said, we've only named 5 midfielders. 3 of them are defensive midfielders, really. Jordan Henderson, Declan Rice, and what's his face?
Phillips.
Calvin Phillips, yeah. And then you got Jude Bellingham and Mason Mount, part of the midfielders.
Yeah.
So You got Jude Bellingham as a box to box, and I know that you've got Grealish and Foden in the attacking who can play there, but yeah, maybe one of the right backs dropped for a Lingard or a Ward-Prowse should have been the move, but unless he's gonna go three at the back, and then his two midfielders are going to be Rice and Henderson or Rice and Phillips.
That doesn't work.
Rice and Phillips does not work.
Mate,
but we have to see.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what you guys make of the squad numbers because that obviously got released soon after the actual squad. I was looking at it, the main 1 to 11 is probably going to be your main starters in the team. I was looking at it, was Kyle Walker was like the main, like he was the lowest number, if you want to call it that. Then it was Trippier with number 12. Then you got Reece James and Trent in at the low 20 or high 20, should I say? Do you think that means that's the order of priority for Southgate now? It's going to be Walker, Trippier, I think Reece James, and then it was Trent. Or am I just reading too much into it?
Yeah, I think you're reading too much into it just because I think Pickford you can take to the bank. But I think the others, I don't know, I could be wrong, but I think like he's tried to do like club numbers. I think because I know obviously Trent is 66 Liverpool, but like he's not, and Kyle Walker is 2. I mean, mate, you could be right. That 1 to 11. I'm not sure if you have it there, or I can't remember who exactly was in that 1 to 11.
Yeah, I'll get up.
But like I said, I know Pickford was there. Apparently, Jack Grealish was 7.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, most of these numbers they used to just wear in the friendlies anyway, and the qualifiers.
Yeah, but
so
I don't think he starts Jack Grealish.
Yeah, so Grealish 7. You got Henderson 8. Declan Rice 4. Then the other low one. Sterling's a 10. I don't know how important that might be.
Harry Maguire in that?
Yeah, Maguire is number 6.
He's number 6, and he won't even play first game. So
yeah, then if you go lower down, you got Sancho 17, Mason Mount 9. I think Mount's 19. Yeah, Mount is 19 for a club, right?
Yeah.
So maybe that's that. Foden 20.
I think he's tried some. I think I say Trent was probably a bad example because he's not going to do just one number 66, is he? But I think a few of them he's tried. But yeah, I don't think that 1 to 11 is going to be the nailed on starting 11. Because, well, I know he does love Sterling, but surely Sterling can't start ahead of Grealish, Foden.
Well, the thing is, if you do look at the 1 to 11, say you got Pickford in goal, Walker right back, Luke Shaw left back. You'd have Stones and Maguire centre backs, Rice and Henderson midfield with Grealish. Then you got Kane, Sterling, and Rashford as the front 3. That would be if it was 1 to 11. That's what it would be.
Yeah, but that can't be because we all know he should, but we all know Southgate's going to start Mount.
That's true.
And he's 19. And obviously, I'm not trying to say because I think Mount should start, but Southgate's definitely going to start him because there was all a joke like Lampard and Southgate, that's his son, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So we all know Mount's going to start and he's 19. So maybe some of them might be actual first team, but I think it's what's it called? I can't remember the word, but yeah, I think some of them will be, but not all of them.
Yeah. Ty, do you think Lingard is a bit unlucky to miss out on the squad?
Yes, but then at the same this is what I'm saying. Like you should have dropped one of the right backs for one of the attacking players, but then at the same time, I don't think he's better than any of the attacking midfielders that got picked, but I still think he deserved to go. He was unlucky.
It's just his position, isn't it? And I feel like a bit like Maddison as well. They're just unlucky that in that position, there's just better players at the moment.
Yeah.
Lingard has been fantastic for West Ham, and on form, but I think in that position, I think he only sees like Mount there because I know not recently, but like one of the last internationals, or whenever he brought Jack Grealish in, he said he sees him as like a winger. So he wouldn't be in that category. So I just think that he sees Mount and the Mount is a better option than Lingard, but he's unlucky.
Yeah. Well, the 7 players who missed out were Ollie Watkins. That probably would have been between him and Calvert-Lewin. I think it's fair to say Calvert-Lewin probably did have a better season, or probably is a bigger threat going forward, and especially in terms of aerial presence as well, which I think is fair enough. Ward-Prowse, probably a close one with Calvin Phillips with him. Maybe Phillips' injury, was it? Just, him being fit enough was the call on that.
Yeah.
Ramsdale, Ben White, and Godfrey, I think we all just knew that they were just there for, just that little experience of being there for 5 days. I'm not sure what that did for them, but I'm sure it's something.
Well, they're still there now.
Hmm?
They're still there now.
Are they still staying with the squad? Are they just?
I don't know. I don't know if you watched I was watching
Lingard starting on Wednesday.
I was. Yeah. So tomorrow time. I was watching.
Yeah.
The Southgate talking about it, and he said the 6 people he's dropped. Basically, I gave them opportunity to go home. They said no. So they're allowed to play in these 2 friendlies. So, and he said Lingard's starting tomorrow, and they all want to stay there until, I guess, the camp starts or whatever. I don't know. Not the camp starts, we've started, but until the Euros start.
Okay, I'll get them staying, but surely, why would you play Lingard? Why would you start Lingard there if he's not going to be in the squad?
Exactly. Surely you want to start getting, I know he can't be the full 11 because the Man United guys, the Chelsea, Man City guys aren't there yet. I think Man United go in. The Man United players come tomorrow, and the Chelsea and City players come on Friday. But surely you want to get as close to your first 11 as you can in these warm-up games. Start getting tactics, formations, and so I'm surprised Lingard is actually starting.
Yeah, it doesn't really make sense because it's a bit peak on Lingard as well. If he doesn't do well, it's like, all right, you didn't prove anyone wrong.
Yeah, but if he bangs a hat trick.
Yeah, if he bangs a hat trick, then it's like, he's like, he banged a hat trick before what? Because he can't really change the squad anymore.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I don't know if he can actually change the squad until the day before our first game.
I think if Maguire's injured though.
Yeah, I know, but technically you could somehow say, yeah, he's injured, so he's coming in. I mean, but so yeah, that's why I think Maguire has been included. He did say Maguire faces a struggle and probably won't be fit for our first game. But if he's not going to be fit, then he can make a change and bring in someone like Ben White or Godfrey until our first game. Got 12 more days.
True. Yeah, I feel like Maguire is injured is definitely Southgate. I think he'll have to go 5 at the back. I can't see him going 4 without Maguire. It's like Maguire
and Stones and Mings or Cody.
Yeah, I think Connor Cody will probably go right wing back. Mings definitely left centre back. But it's not the ideal thing. But Jack also Greenwood, he's left on his own accord. Just wants to sort of get fit properly for the next season. Are you happy with that call?
Yeah, I am, because we know a lot of Man United players have played through injuries this season. Because we've got so much attacking talent, I would actually want Rashford to just withdraw and just get a rest, get ready for next season, And Maguire, I mean, he's going to be a big miss, but if he's not fully fit, he might as well stay as well and just get ready for next season, because they've been playing injured all season, especially Rashford and obviously Greenwood. But obviously, I don't know whether Greenwood would have got picked. I don't know whether it was. Yeah, I don't know whether Greenwood would have got in or he would have been omitted as well. But I think it's good just to get him some rest on.
Yeah, probably if he was to get picked, maybe it would have been Trent's position that he took. Obviously, yesterday it was probably that Trent would have missed out. Maybe it would have been Saka's as well. Because I wasn't expecting Saka to get picked, to be honest. But
yeah, same.
Yes, that surprised me. But the other thing is that, like you said there, Jack, Pickford is number 1. Tom, it seems like Pickford is going to be the number 1 keeper. Are you happy with that?
Yeah. I wanted him to start from the beginning just because I've got no confidence in any others. Like, everyone says Dean Henderson, but then I'm not really that confident in him. I don't think he's had a good enough season. For him to start, for me, he would have had to have a really good season.
It had to be like the Sheffield United season.
Yeah.
When he played well for Sheffield United last season.
In and out of Man United, so you can't really give it to him. I think Pope's a bit overrated. I don't think he's going to be good enough. The one I think that you could have maybe given it to, but then he's just had no experience at all at international level, is Sam Johnson. So I think it makes sense for Pickford to be number one, to be honest.
I think he's done quite well for England as well, to be fair. Everton, he messes up a lot, but I think actually for England, he's not done too bad.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I agree with that. For England, he hasn't really done too bad. Doesn't really make as many mistakes, but obviously doesn't play as much as he does obviously for Everton. But
yeah,
I think keeps in general, I'm not sure. Maybe I don't know who will play the two. So we got two friendlies, right? We've got one. Was it tomorrow?
Yeah.
The one in a few days' time. I think so Austria and Romania were playing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe you give two of the other keepers a chance to prove themselves, but not maybe just give Ramsdale a chance to give Lingard a chance. Who knows? But yeah, I think we can agree there is a fairly strong squad. You can't really blame him too much for the people he left out. But it's probably less controversial than we expected. But the other big news in the last 24 hours or so is Carlo Ancelotti has left Everton and is going back to Real Madrid. Ty, do you think it's a bit cowardly from him to just sort of leave Everton about 1 year into the project he's in? He was building a good side there, decent side. Obviously, didn't end the season too well, but then out of the blue, just left to go back to Real Madrid.
No, not really. When Real Madrid come calling, you just kind of go, even if you already have managed them. But no, because I think obviously I love Ancelotti. Just obviously what he done for us, I thought he didn't deserve to be sacked by us either. But I say that for a lot of managers. But yeah, no, I don't think it was cowardly. He came in, done a job, he improved them, in my opinion. Improved players like Calvert-Lewin. So I think he's laid down decent foundations for a new manager. And yeah, I think he can do very well for Real Madrid, and hopefully he can improve them so that they can go back to doing what they used to do. But you never know.
Yeah. And Tom, obviously the other managerial thing is Poch has been linked with a move back to Spurs. How do you feel about that?
Well, that's the thing. I just muted my mic because my brother's just come back from golf. He just said something like a couple of days ago. He keeps saying the price because he looks at betting, the price is getting shorter. And he just said to me, "Has there been any news about Pochettino?" I said, "No, not that I've seen." He said it's gotten shorter again. It keeps getting shorter, the odds, so that he's more favourite. Personally, I can't see it happening, just because I can't see. Even though I don't know. Him going to PSG was a weird one. Not him going, but the contract they gave him. They gave him I was expecting them to try and get him on at least a 4-year deal. They gave him a 2-year deal, which I thought, well, that's quite a short-term sort of thing. But maybe PSG are just doing that to see how he does. But I don't know who we're going to get. Everyone keeps going about Poch. I know for one, it won't be Graham Potter. He's not in the running. I think it will. Honestly, I don't know. I think it maybe might be Conte. I just think it's just going to be, even though everyone's saying that the price is getting shorter, so that means obviously it must be close for Poch. But I just can't see them letting go of Pochettino because one, PSG don't want to get rid of him, so then we're going to have to pay. But I think I saw something that if we're to get him, that Poch is going to have to terminate it himself or something like that for us to get him. So honestly, I don't know with that, but all I know is that we will know who it is before the Euro starts. That's already come out today. It will be done basically around the end of this week or the start of next week, definitely.
All right, fair enough. Yeah, I think the terminating the contract himself thing, I think he'll have to pay that amount. I think Spurs will still do that for him. It's like when Kepa moved to Chelsea. I think he technically triggered that release clause of £72 million if Tyrese forgot. But obviously Chelsea will still pay that amount to him, to Bilbao via Kepa. But yeah, that's pretty much the main stories from this week. Other one I saw is obviously that Athletic reported there's a bit of a problem at City since the Champions League final. So Aguero is obviously gone. He's confirmed at Barca, same with Eric Garcia. Apparently, Gabo Jesus is a bit annoyed that he's not playing in the big games. So that's left him a bit unhappy. Cancelo wanted to leave in the spring or January, I guess, I think last year. But now he's feeling that again and he wants to leave. Same with Rodri and Bernardo Silva, and Laporte's also unhappy with his playing time once out as well. So there could be a big reshuffle at City this summer. Not too sure, but could be interesting.
Yeah, that's the only thing of having such a big squad. You're not guaranteed playing time, and although you're going to be winning a lot, even though that's nice, you just want to play. Your career is short. You just need to play. You just want to play, and Pep can't guarantee you're going to play 35, 40 games a season.
Yeah.
So, wouldn't be surprised if quite a few left.
Yeah. The only other thing I saw was so I think UEFA Club Competition Committee decides to scrap the away goals rule in European football. What do you guys think about that? Is it a good thing to do? Is it sort of taking a bit of the excitement away from it?
It is, but I think you said it. I can't remember if you said it on here or who spoke. You said that it's a bit unfair because say if the second game goes to extra time and the away team scores, then they've had more chance to score away goals. So it's a bit unfair. So, but then taking away goals, like you said, it takes out the excitement a little bit because obviously, for example, if team scores an away goal, they need 2, and it just takes away the excitement. But it does make it more fair.
Tom,
I don't see the problem with it. Yeah, I don't see the problem with it. I mean, I get they're trying to make it more fair, but I don't really think away goals is that big of a deal for them to change it. I mean, we've had this thing for this rule for years, and for something that has never been a problem at all, for them to want to change it, I think it's just stupid. I think they should focus more on the stuff that does need changing rather than just pick something and change it. Because I've never known someone to say anything bad about that sort of rule. I mean, it might not go in your favour, but I think it keeps it interesting. It's been there for years. No one's had a problem with it. What's the need to change it?
Yeah. I agree. I agree with what Tom said, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, I think the only time you see people complain about it is when their team loses on away goals, which
but that's just sore loser, yeah.
But I think the only thing I'll change about it is just scrap it after if it goes to extra time. That's the only thing I would do. Other than that, I'll just keep it the same. Because then it's just a bit more fair,
Yeah.
But
I thought they do that.
Nah, it still counts.
Oh.
Yeah. But yeah, so Euros obviously starts in 10 days now. So we'll probably have a video, something to do with that in the next week or so before it starts. But that is all for this episode. Thank you guys for joining me and have a nice.
I think it's time to talk. I think it's time we sit down and just say what's going on. I think we should say